That's my best impression of,
The fuck?
what I was saying was that was my best impression of the, fucking party hat popper thing that Veek sent. The Tada emoji. So what's up, Veek? What's up, Connor? Welcome. Move my shit over here. Make sure that I'm actually... Oh. Apparently it didn't save my title. That's okay. Map 3 minus 1 is fine. Epic, even. We'll close that. Alright, so I just wrote out all this. This is for my channel map. We'll get that off the screen. So that'll be a video where I just recap the previous month, give you guys a list of content to look forward to in the coming month, and go over everything in depth at you know, later on in the video. So it'll be spoken word. It's just another one of them public facing pieces of content, which is good. It's good practice to do all that stuff. And I feel like in general my ability to like sit down and really write some stuff is has improved since that's something that really is kind of challenging for me. Like if I go over here and I'll show you an example real quick because it pertains to what we're talking about. So like the Stormborne design diary, right, is something that it has taken me a long time. I started writing this in December or late November or something like that. And, you know, it says Q4 2019 and Q1 2020. That's assuming I can finish it by Q1, quarter 1 2020. I think I can. But I really just need to be able to sit down. And, like, I've been writing this in chunks where I'll write, like say, when I first started putting this log out there, I think I had just written the overview. And I didn't, obviously I added some to it as time goes on. And then eventually I did, like, my first thoughts on the level design. Maybe that was with the first patch as well. Like the first shipping of the or like the creation of the page, basically. But then like I had to add Tacidar's block by itself, and then later on I added Rainers, and then most recently I added Phoenixes, but that was like a couple weeks ago. I've been so focused on Todborne. But I do feel like my ability to sit down and really work on anything, on written word, has improved. Like I wasn't expecting to do. I just closed it, but I wrote a fair bit of content for that channel map, and I wasn't really expecting to just be able to sit down and work on that. You know, it took me like a half an hour to write it all out and plan it all out. And I think that as I get better at just sitting down and forcing myself to do that, right, getting more disciplined in the realm of written word, I will be able to finish this document and other documents like it, like they're not nothing, but I'll be able to do it more regularly. And it's very important for me to be able to write like that, because if I want to start doing video essays like the Half-Life series, which I do want to start doing, that's something that I'll talk a little bit about in the channel map, my plans for those. Like, being able to actually write and sit down and write it out in a timely manner is super integral, because I'm one of those people where I would like to just get work done, and the video essay writing part is actually harder for me to do. I mean, it's not more time consuming generally. Like if you take the hours that it takes me to write the video essay, in the past it hasn't been that long, but it's been spread out over such a small amount of time because I keep procrastinating on it, or I keep only doing a little bit of work on it. Be like, okay, I did a little bit of work on it, now I can ignore it for another week or something, because I really hate doing it, generally speaking. And I think I'm getting better at that part, which is good, because that would actually take me more days of ignoring it and then going back to it for a little bit and then like slowly chipping away at it than the edit of the essay. Like the actual video part of the video essay is supposed to take the most time. And yet, as much as I didn't like doing that either, that was still easier for me to do, or quicker. It was, you know, something I got done quicker than the writing part. So the writing part, I think, is what holds me back the most. And once I have solutions for that, I can look into ways to make the video editing part a little bit easier. But I also think that the end of year compilation, or the 2018 through 2019 compilation that I'm going to be working on later on, I think that will also be a good practice for that sort of thing too. It's almost like I've got writing crap and video crap as well as map crap now. It's great. Yeah. I've done a lot of procrastinating, man. I'm generally pretty good with it now, but for certain things that I have to convince myself to actually like, it's pretty shite. Yeah, I would ask for a refund if you have less than an hour or so on it. I don't know what Blizzard's refund policies are, probably non-existent, but I would never have advised anybody to buy a Blizzard product in 2020. I wouldn't have advised you to buy a Blizzard product after 2003. When Warcraft, or 2002, I guess, when Warcraft 3 initially came out and was like, oh, this company's shit. They're fucked. Bye. Like, that was the point where you just dip set, my man. I like the people who are arguing in favor of the original stuff too. Like I saw some people citing some arguments used by these casuals, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, you gotta." The fans didn't want it to be changed, so they didn't change it. As if that's a reasonable argument. Like, yeah, okay. And then, like on top of that, it's like, what can you expect? Okay, it's just a side team. Psychosis. You might want to get your eyes checked, man. Well, it's an outsourced DeviantArt team, so I wouldn't expect anything of any quality besides shite quality. I think I already did that. Oh yeah, I've got to do the transmission setup and stuff as well. This is a disaster. I'm actually kind of thinking like map 2 is something that I'll probably not be able to ship with, but it's gotten to the point where I've done a lot of work on it, and it's not that far away from completion that I feel like I can get through the rest of it based on sunken cost. So I'm thinking we can probably... we can probably get away with releasing the first map, but that means I kind of want to focus all of my efforts on the first map, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't, because I want to work on AI. That's what I feel like doing right now. But I also want to make sure that the first map is done, you know? Well, I don't know how you... Again, I'm always like interested and also like equally perplexed and interested in the person who seems to have standards like you, but didn't realize Blizzard was shit until something more recent happened. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, how did it take you so long? I guess the same thing can be said for me when I was still a recovering Blizztard. I wasn't really ever like devoted to the company per se, but I definitely thought that they had quality where they didn't. I put a lot of stock in them. It's sort of like when you grow up working with a game like Starcraft, right? You're like trying to mod Starcraft, trying to make Starcraft content. You sort of put everything that Blizzard did in a separate category from everything that you're doing and everything that other fans did, because there's that layer of abstraction that they're a developer. And it takes you a while to realize, actually, they're not worthy of more respect just because they were the developer. They're worthy of criticism where they fucked up. And most people don't get that, I guess. So, some food for thought, I suppose. Just gotta fix all of these doodads. I'm not doing this for every doodad in the game, but these are areas that I might end up changing. I think I already did that one. Okay. The layout's pretty much final, though. I'm not gonna fuck around with that too much. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that the 2v2 ladder will be very, I don't think it'll ever come out, honestly. Like, I know that they've said that they're gonna do it, but they said that they were gonna do it since the game came out in 2017, right? So... Yeah, if you go back now, or if you watched Mesk and my playthrough of Legacy of the Void, I mean, that's a good one for, like, pointing out little errors and stuff. I don't know if you've bothered to look at that, but, like, Mesk is pretty good at, like, noticing shit that I don't notice while I'm playing, and at that point I've already played the game as well, so it's a little bit different than my first playthrough. My first playthrough is the one where I slowly lose more and more clothes as the playthrough goes on, and I become more and more deranged looking, and then at the end I'm just like, Amon made me take all my clothes off, so... I really lost my fucking mind, because I played, like... I think I played a solid, like, 5 or 6 videos worth of content without sleeping. So, it was pretty good. I like that. I thought it was a good time. Alright, so let's take a look at what we actually have to do here. Oh, yes! I have to write some unit responses for the author, the Halo, and the... I actually have to do more than this. So, the author, Smashburger, Halo, but also fan club owner. He has a nose for finding lens flares, yeah. Oh shit, Connor. You can't do that. You can't support this disaster of a company. Certainly can't buy microtransactions. Come on, man. Microtrannies are worse than fucking... They are a cancer upon this industry, that's for sure. They are not really the root cause. It's like the manifestation of greed and excess. Basically, so like if you really look into this stuff, you find out... I know I'm sounding like Eddie Bravo here. I'm not going to pitch you a conspiracy theory. It's pretty... like, as far as I understand, it's fairly obvious, but... it's like a lack of common sense on a business standpoint, where the investors and the shareholders of the company and the executives of the company, of like Blizzard, for example, they say, we are expecting infinite growth. That's basically what they're saying. They don't say it that way, but because it would sound ludicrous if it was said that way. But they're expecting that when they see growth of a product, like they sell a product well, there's that growth, 25% growth. We'll say crazy. That's a crazy number to grow in like one fiscal year or something. Well, if they get 20% growth next year, that would still be a significant amount of growth. But they think of that as a failure because it's not as much or more than what they grew. Even if they broke even and just did 25% more, which would again be fucking crazy, like a crazy amount of growth, they would still think of that as a failure because they didn't get more. They want infinite growth. They want to grow every year, and they want to grow more than they grew last year. That's not fucking possible because there's a limited number of consumers, and there's a limited number of consumers that are interested in your product. And so even if you made your product somehow interesting to all of the consumers, you would eventually not be able to grow anymore because there's only so many fucking consumers that exist in the world. And so, but these people don't think that way. I guess they're wrapped up in their own shit, or they do know that this is a fallacy, but they keep going with it because everybody else is. I don't know what the case is. But that's literally what these like investor meetings are kind of like. At least that's like a big thing, is we're waiting for some growth to happen here. We're expecting this much growth. We know that this isn't as much growth as last time. Like, any growth is positive. So I don't know why they try to spin it around. And it's also very much a thing of excess at this point. There's way too much excess in that industry. And it's all about like, how can we tweak our marketing and add some more, predatory monetization through microtransactions or other such things, pay to win stuff in some cases, some more extreme cases, but especially in the mobile market. You'll see a lot of pay to win stuff in the mobile market. So there's all sorts of stuff like this happening, and it's all based on excess. Like, they don't need all the bloat of the executives to run a game development studio, and they certainly don't need all the lawyers that they have in the books. They don't need all of the marketers. They don't need all of the... they probably don't... As crazy as this is to say, they probably don't need all the QA people that they have because they don't fucking use them anyway. There's like QA firms that they hire out to and outsource, and then they don't forward their fucking feedback over to the developers. Or if they do it only... Like, the legal team has some say over what actually gets forwarded for some reason. I think it's because like they do some calculation based on like, what can we fix in time for release, as opposed to saying what the qualitative thing would be to say is, let's not release until these are fixed. They say, what can we fix? Maybe. And they only pass on certain kinds of feedback to the developers. It's such a psychotic environment for everybody involved. And most of it is bloat. Like, at least half of every game's development, developer, publisher, firm, whatever, is not necessary. It's just bloat and doesn't need to be there. So, yeah, that's psychotic. Don't spend $80 on a virtual item. The other thing is, you can't take any of this shit with you. It doesn't enhance your life in any way. It's flashy shit for nothing. Also, wasn't the BlizzCon skin the psychotic green one that burns everybody's eyes? I would have actually just uninstalled my entire computer if that happened. I would have deleted System 32 if I paid $80 for that. But maybe it was the Zelnaga one. I don't remember. One of them was... I think the green one was the anniversary. It's like, happy anniversary. Here's something that literally destroys your retinas when you look at it. What a fucking mess. My brain is roasting. It's not worth $80 though, man. None of that shit is worth any money. Oh, fuck. Anyway, it's okay, because I spent probably at least $100 over the course of my life on League of Legends skins. And most of those purchases happened after I already stopped enjoying playing the game. So I was also prey to these predatory practices. And what it comes down to is, like, it's obviously the responsibility of the gamer, in this case, the consumer, to not spend money on this shit. But they get you with psychological hooks. They do all sorts of shit everything that they can do. Like, they encourage professional players to wear skins and to pick new champions so that they can encourage people to buy them. They deliberately make champions broken on release, so that, or just confusing. Like they make their kit confusing, so that this isn't even something that's necessarily based on balance, but they do it in such a way that because it's new, it's already going to be unfamiliar to most people, and you're already going to have some success when you get the hang of it. But if they make the kit even like extra confusing to read visually, and then have to tone down the visuals later, it's like, oh, for a little while you can exploit this poorly designed gameplay aspect, but only if you pay money. So it's just AIDS. There's like a skin for, I think, Katarina, where the recall animation has her throwing a knife in the air. And people were using that to like bait out Yasuo wind walls and crazy ass shit like that. Like they're using this animation in the game to bait out fucking. It's like, man, how do you even release that? And to go back to something that Veek said earlier, Veek said something about Blizzard wanting to make something other than what they made, but being too lazy to actually do anything. Well, for Warcraft 3, that's literally the case. Like the original Warcraft 3. Half the team wanted to make an RTS, and half the team wanted to make an RPG or MMO or something. And instead of focusing those RPG people onto World of Warcraft, or maybe they could have done some good, I don't know. I don't know anything about the individuals in question. Instead of working on that, they all collided. There was a collision of TISM. So... that's all I'll say. And yes, I think a Mongo skin and an Artis Yosef skin would be great. Imagine if there was something that I like. Okay, 2021, Todborne comes out again, but it's like MOBA born, or it's like an actual fucking MOBA within Brood War, and you play as a roster of different heroes, and they all have different abilities and stuff. And then in game, you can spend your minerals and gas, or your donuts and coffee, on skins, and all they do is change your visuals. I would do that. That would be funny. It's like actually making you spend in-game money on that instead of upgrading. I got this skin. I got a weapons upgrade, idiot. Bye. Oh yeah, of course. That's a more realistic approach. Like, I want to actually have a Mongo co-op commander where he's got like a more fleshed out Reddit race, and then a more fleshed out fanfiction subfaction of anime for Crack. And I guess Torpedos can be some psychotic union of them all. I think Crack and Mongo are probably, yeah. I mean, maybe the thing about Torpedos is he uses Mesk's voice acting, and I don't know if Mesk would be down to do any more voice acting. So maybe if I end up getting it like most of the way done, I can ask him. I don't think Iquare has done anything associated with it for a while. Oh, okay, UED. How about, how about that? You know when Necron got crow-pilled into realizing Blizzard was shit? It wasn't anything to do with the AI. It wasn't anything to do with all of the stupid shit that we discovered. It was when we were originally working on the 2018 version of Hydra. Way, way back when. And we opened up the Jacobs installation map, and he saw that there was a location called It Them with an exclamation point. That's when he got crow-pilled. That's what crow-pilled him. He could not believe that Blizzard was so stupid that they couldn't even write "it's them." They had to write "it them." It them. He really couldn't believe that they were that inbred. That they didn't even know how to spell? Really? They couldn't even spell the Star Wars reference? That's what got him. That was the N of a beautiful N. Also, in the Hydra remake of that map, there is a hidden broodling with 1 HP called Necron. And Jay Barrino, as soon as he found out that this existed, he shouted at Deltron, "Kill him!" Which I thought was fucking hilarious. And it remains the best fucking thing Jay Barrino has ever said in his entire life, including Zerg here. Yeah, the "it them" is a reference from Star Wars. Because the full line is, "It's them, blast them." But there is a point where in Star Wars that there's a stormtrooper that says, "It's them, blast them." Yeah, actually, I have to go grab a sound clip of that, now that I think about it. I'm glad I remembered. Let's see if we can find it. Hold on. I think it was like... I don't know. I'll just search Jay Barrino Hydra. Let's see what we find here. Because he didn't... he just said part. He didn't... Oh, it's probably in here.
Okay, it's open.
Yeah, I mean, I could send a Goliath down there to get the reinforcements.
Oh, no. It was the first one, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, ready to go? Oh, I'm ready this time, and you're technicians.
Coming.
Erase the secret data. Bring technicians to terminals marked by beacons.
At least we don't have Goliath to move up these ramps.
Yeah. So Jim does not have... I thought he would have healing. He does not. Like, last mission Kerrigan seemed to, so I honestly can't tell. I don't think he does. Oh god.
There he goes. Fire that delay. Well, they have 2 armor.
Okay, let's hit the beacon with the technicians.
Fire that coming from behind.
I'll go.
He's leaving.
Did we hit the other beacon?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we keep the technicians. So we... Okay, that's good. 4 minutes.
Alright, let's head, I guess, down.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I mean, we have to go to the other 2 beacons. You know, we can kill these guys.
Still stuff on high ground up here.
Cool. Probably not. Let's go back.
What a shitty map we
over
made.
there in the middle looks like there's no other option.
Oh, we could get
I think,
this
I mean,
one up here.
right there.
But that first beacon out.
That's strange.
When does Deltron scout out? Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, Jim,
Hold on. We gotta get my recording software ready.
there's already a half out, so.
Yep.
That's being tank.
We only have a minute, though, so...
Greg next time, though.
Oh, fuck, they died. Surely, it must be coming up.
There's a list of them. Should we bother going? I mean, it's kind of easy.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's timed. It's like a labyrinth that is...
We also only have a minute left.
I'm hearing Deltron say we have a minute left like 50 times. What a stupid... This was a really dumb map, to be honest.
Let's stay relatively close.
Yeah, we see it.
Better. I think there were 2 traps on top of each other there. I think that's what that was.
No, that was just Deltron casting lockdown with 2 technicians selected.
Honestly, that's not really the right answer because it's not clear.
Okay.
Alright, that's gonna tech up ramps.
They can.
In this they can. Okay. I'll meet you. What?
Not a huge deal, but... It's exciting.
It's gotta be... I mean, they're in the area now. Surely they go down and
Let's go this way.
fuck them up.
Go rather than getting another beacon. It's a pain in the butt.
Oh, there's a beacon over here.
Yep.
Do they reinforce? I mean, Marines?
No. No, I think it's that.
Just a lot of Marines down.
Oh, it's coming up. It's happening.
So, like a little...
All right, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to switch something out. Now that's good.
Never go back.
Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! No, shoot it!
I wish he said kill him. That would be way better.
Necron.
Just
gotta splice this up here.
Necron. So, never go back.
Kill it! Kill it! No, shoot it! Kill it! Kill it! No, shoot it! No, shoot it! No, shoot it!
Well, I guess I have a clip of Jay Barrino being out of breath now.
Necron. So, never go back. No, Necron.
Kill it! Kill it! No, shoot it!
Perfect. Yeah, kill it them. Perfect. Excellent. All right. Well, there you go. We have that clip now. That was a good use of my time. I posted it in Special Bus. It's all yours. I was just getting a clip of Jay Barrino telling Deltron to kill Necron. Nothing crazy. De-roasted my brain. What if Rainer was Cullen like, you know, with classes, equipment, and stuff, and Marines were Mako player? Yeah, no kidding. J and L moves my video by 10 seconds. Wow. That's pretty epic. And yes, my name is Lowell. I'm, oh, thanks. Well, I can't see them, so you're doing it for you, and my name is Lowell, and Connor's, appreciation only. So, I have Restream chat open, not Mixer chat. I was agreeing with your incredulity that there's no way that there's any justification for using compression on original graphics. It's just, I really think it was just maliciousness because they wanted people to spend money on what's it called? They wanted them to spend money on the skim pack, so they made the other stuff look shittier. As far as I could tell, it's the only thing. Only reason. Oh, I was saying, UED Commander posted a GIF in the chat. Spent money on, spent 10,000 sparks on a GIF. I can't see the GIF because I'm using Restream's chat, which does not support Mixer's GIFs. And so I was saying he was only doing that for the Mixer viewers' experience. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this GIF. What's up, Alexander? What's cooking, man? Yeah, that's what happens. A soul hunter. This is a shit mix, to be honest. Get it out of me. Let's get our tribal on, dude. All right, so we got to write the rest of these lines for the fan club owner, and then I gotta go up there and write the lines for the Halo and for the Smash Burger, and then we can record those, and then our first thing here will be done. We're actually going to get voice acting Cullen done later on too, but that's not going to be on stream. He's at school. Audio visuals, author. Yeah, I'll try to take this off too. Get some of this stuff taken care of anyway. Okay, thank you, Equir. He has not done his voice acting yet. That's for later on today. And the highlights video, yeah, actually, I was just talking about that because I... oh, hold on, I have to go grab the Hydrus unit layout. Uh, Grabbing all of this stuff as it's coming in. What was I just saying? Yeah, I will still be working on that. I haven't had time because of Todborne, but I'll probably pick it back up in March. I don't think I'll have much time in February, but if I do, I'll work on it. It's not going to get released until probably March, I would say. But I was talking about that a little bit at the beginning of the stream. I'll have a... something or other to show soon, channel map, where I'll go over exactly what I plan on doing February and what's going to happen after that a little bit. Oh, well, it's a birthday present for my brother, and his birthday is January 30th, so I have to work on it at some point before then, right? I started working on it in the middle of December, I think, but I was still mixing in development of like Hydra and some other stuff, I think, that I didn't stream. Hydra was streamed, but Todborne really kicked off. Like, this entire month has been Todborne, besides Mapcraft. So I took a break for Mapcraft early on. Get rid of these. Slap these in here. See what happens. I don't know why when Firegraph starts it's not the focus window. Seems kind of psychotic to me. Oh, okay, it has to download. All right, well, while this stuff works, I'll take a quick bathroom break. Be right back. Gotta get some water, too. And will Svetley play Todborne sometime? I don't know. That would be a good bit. I'm sure he'll do a stream of it at some point. I'm glad there was some confusion as to why Svetley was brought up. Yeah, he invented Bear Blower, dude. He deserves to see the legacy. Alright, so I see the GPTP plugin has compiled, and check this out. There was compiling all over the place, man. A real compilation. Exactly what I wanted. Hope you guys enjoyed the fucking random screaming tribalman in the background. Left you in capable hands. Alright, so we're done with that. We can close this. And we can... oh, actually, before I do that, I should probably take this opportunity to... grab weapons dat, do that. Open this. And upgrade settings. 57 needs to be max 10. 58. Oh, 58 was max 10. Okay. Cool. And then I guess for my test map, I should do the same. Although, actually, hold on. I think it was a void tech. Or a void upgrade, rather. I don't remember what ID it is. Colin. It's 44, which if I cross-reference with my epic list of these, that is Kadar and Core, which is nowhere to be seen over here. But I don't see Pizza Quest here either. Oh, Kadar and Core is right here. Cool. I gotta set that to 10. Okay. That's just because I just deleted Protoss initially, but I haven't found a way to. I haven't found it any time. I guess I haven't made time to. It's not a priority yet to fill in their race, I suppose. Oh yeah, I'm not used to Icore joking, dude. Icore's got a sense of humor, man. I like what really got me was when he took when he was first doing the upgrade extender. The upgrade that he showed me as a demo for an extended upgrade was just a picture. The icon was a picture of Artist Yosef's stupid fucking head. And the upgrade was just Upgrade Yosef or Artist Yosef or something. Like, that was the name. So he hooked up, like, the icon and a custom button graphic. He hooked up the fucking strings to be that way. All for just a joke, just a screenshot that he could show me to show, hey, extended upgrades are working. And, like, it's just... That got me, man. He presented it pretty much without comment. Yeah, it was something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like he got me with that one. Because he didn't make a big deal out of it. He was like, LMAO, look at this. He just said, it seems to be working with that fucking screenshot. That was just a pristine comedy right there. I like that one. So. And bear blowers are already voice acted. I can demo those. I also voice acted barkers, so those should be in.
Boom. Boom. Keep it up. I bear you. I don't like all this pressure. Bless me. Bless you, actually. Boom. I'm a ticking bear bomb. Boom. I'm gonna blow. Boom, motherfucker. Time to explode. Boom, motherfucker. I'm gonna blow. Time to explode. Boom, Say hello to my fuzzy friend. Time to explode.
There you go. That's the bear blower.
Peanut butter? You, actually. I'm being walked. Yes! Hey, they look like food.
I forgot that that one was in there. That fucking destroyed me.
Peanut butter? Bark? Peanut butter? I would like a giant bone, please. I wasn't sniffing your butt. I promise. We are all dogs, you know. Pizza? I am your dog. Bark? I am your dog.
That is a psychotic fucking sound. I'm really glad that it exists. But it is psychotic, and I cannot deny that.
Bark? I am your dog. Peanut butter? Peanut butter? Peanut butter? Bark? I am your dog. Peanut butter?
Simple, man. Yeah. I forgot to. Oh yeah, I have to change the dog
What's next?
What's the
because
problem?
he uses the same thing as this. That shouldn't be difficult. You're the man now, dog.
Keep a safe distance. Say hello to my fuzzy friend. Time to explode. Peanut butter? Keep a safe distance.
All right, so those are those. Oh wait, I was supposed to actually test real things and not just my voice acting. All right, so what am I testing first? I guess the bug.
Are you my dog? Get a better lifespan next time, you moron!
Don't worry, that's a improperly. That's an unfinished unit.
Upgrades complete.
All right, so that works.
No.
Pretty epic.
Maybe?
And then what was the other thing? You made Boston cream, I think.
I wonder what Ahmed would do.
Happy birthday, Necron!
Peanut butter? You, actually. I'm being walked. Yes! Hey, they
Are
look
you
like
my
food.
dog? Hold this bullet for me.
I am your dog.
Deep fried goodness!
Are you my dog? Pain.
Happy birthday, Necron! Happy birthday, Necron!
Were you just barking at me?
Avid American! Avid American!
So I'm not sure if the armor rend works properly. So let me take a look here.
Get a better
1,
lifespan next
2.
time, moron.
Deep fried goodness!
And how long does it last?
What do you want?
Well, the energy is going down, so I think that's enough of an indication, but I'm not sure.
No.
Now we just need to sugar rush.
Necron!
Yeah, no. Like, yeah.
So one volley did 38 damage,
Avid American!
and now one volley did less than that, obviously. 38. And 62 minus 39 is 30. I think that's 20. Yeah, so that is less. Okay, so the armor rend is working. Oh, it isn't working then. Why did I deal less damage that time?
I'll get there. Eventually.
Huh? Maybe?
Avid American! Happy birthday, Necron!
Oh, I see the problem with this. Hold on. Let's try it over here.
Just barking at me?
Engineer here. Structure
Here we
all
go.
set.
I wonder what Ahmed would do.
What's up? Know you?
Wow,
Oh, no.
that's a pretty big difference. That's a difference of 1. Oh, what's up, Patrick? How are you? Okay. Because it's 0.5 armor per hit, right? So that makes sense that it would do that exactly that much damage. Well, it was 3 attacks, so maybe it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not sure if it... You, actually. FBI agents. Oh, yeah, UED. I have not played your map crap yet. So that'll be one of the things that I do pretty early on after Todborne streams are over. So stay tuned. I don't know if you've updated it recently or not. FBI agents were originally... That's what a bear blower used to be. My plan was to just have an FBI agent. Like I said a while ago, the inception of the police faction was meant to be that they were like very serious. In theory, like the equipment that they were using was serious. They just happened to be staffed by morons. But pretty quickly, I found out that it's funnier if they have psychotic technology at their disposal, and it's super off the wall. It was originally meant to be something sort of like a tongue-in-cheek thing, where it's like, yes, they are crazy or dumb, but they at least have serious technology, and they're in a world fighting against anime that have psychotic stuff going on. But I figured to make everybody psychotic would be not only more tonally consistent, but also funnier and open up the design of different kinds of avenues. So, for example, eventually the paramedic/ranger archetype will be completely removed, and that infantry unit will be replaced with a vehicle that you'll be able to get, and it'll be like an EMT ambulance type thing. And my idea is that it will sort of like behave similar to a carrier, where it has interceptors, but these will be like nanobots, or not nanobots, but like medical droids, medical robots that fly out and heal by attacking or whatever nearby units, like automatically. So nearby organic units will automatically be healed by these things, but they cost donuts in order to build them, similar to interceptors. It'd be like an inverted carrier, where the carrier obviously deals damage. This one will heal, and probably be limited to like 4 of the drones at most or something. Maybe they start out with 2 and you can upgrade them to double it. But either way, that'll be like the concept there, and it'll be a bit more automated, similar to original medics are very automated, like automatic behaviors. But it'll be more like in a very different kind of way, like a very different experience. So that'll replace the paramedic/ranger. You will still have some melee infantry. I'll probably take the SWAT trooper and change him up into something else, because I don't really like his... I don't like the SWAT trooper and the super trooper upgrades. I feel like they're not really that great. Like in general. One of the things that I thought was kind of interesting is that the super troopers, if they just changed the size, and it was sort of like an escalation where you could turn on or off the equipment, that might be a mechanic that I try to push in general, whereas in Hydra you escalate different unit types. In this case, you would escalate different pieces of equipment for the entire police force. And so you'd have something like, you can escalate stun batons for the officers, like you currently have the upgrade of police brutality, allows them to stun melee units. But maybe there's an alternative equipment that you can get instead, and you can cycle between the two of them. I might end up pushing that. And then in that case, you'd have the super suit, which all it would do is, maybe it would increase armor by 1, but also change your armor class from small to medium, which is better when fighting against the Redditors, which deal primarily concussive damage. But if you're fighting against cracks men, or like fanfiction, or just general purpose units like the activist and the fanboy and stuff like that, you may want to go a different route. And so maybe I would then create 2 or 3 different equipment pieces that you could, jockey between. And that would be, it wouldn't really be changing the unit in the same way as in Hydra, because it is the same unit, but there's small changes. I think that would be better, and that would be more in line with like what the paramedic into ranger actually is. But I'm not, like I said, I'm scrapping that unit concept entirely, whereas the SWAT trooper into super trooper might make a bit more sense in that context. And then maybe we could have different bear blower effects as well. Like it would change the explosion type from wide AoE explosive damage to concentrated AoE concussive damage or normal damage or something. So if you're not really as worried about crowd control and you just want to deal the maximum amount of damage in small localized areas, you would take the second mode. If you would rather upgrade them with wider AoE, you'd get the first mode and stuff like that. Like there's a little bit of a difference in there, and that can be curtailed to different strategies. That would probably be a deeper way that I would go about it. So there's going to be a heavy reworking of the tech tree eventually. But FBI agents, I didn't really have an idea for them. I just figured they would be a micro-heavy specialist unit, but since then I've revised my idea on micro-heavy units in general, which is one of the reasons why I want to get rid of the paramedic, because as Icor points out, it's a very micro-heavy unit. It's like basically a paladin, but in terms of like the Holy Light ability, except it's not an instant beam, it's a projectile, which it's fairly fast moving, but it's still a projectile. And you obviously wouldn't want the you wouldn't want the player to have to mash those buttons all the time. So what's up, DF? How are you actually? Make a unit that heals allies with attacks and damages enemies with attacks. I thought about that for the infested medic, actually, for Nemesis Chain, but I decided it was a little too unwieldy. Well, yeah, actually, like, it's one of those things where I really felt liberated when you and earlier than that when Voyager and Nave were helping me, and obviously now you're helping me with the implementation of this stuff technically. I had a lot of ideas for things, but less than you might think, because again, as I talked about this when I was talking about placeholder graphics and one of the dad calls a while ago, but one of the ideas that I had was like, if you don't already have placeholder graphics for a unit, it's hard for you to imagine what that unit's combat role will be. And it's the same thing if you're not adapted in thinking of like, how can I radically change the game, even in ways that like require a lot of assembly or a lot of reverse engineering or a lot of programming. If you're not able to do that yourself, then you don't really have the ability, like you don't get into the headspace to really think about those things. And so this fucking middle mouse button destroys me. So yeah, there's that. In my Warcraft new game state, I ended up making it so that magic did full damage to everything. I think I used magic as like an ignore armor damage. Maybe it did reduce damage to buildings or something. There was some special rule with it that was more than just it does full damage to everything. But against units, it did full damage to everything, which was like a different way to conceive of it, instead of some units being magic immune or magic resistant. So I feel like that's more reasonable. But otherwise, my damage types were very similar to, and number of damage types and armor classes were very similar to Brood War. So I feel like it's a fairly strong way to go about it. It doesn't communicate the information very effectively, like you have to look it up or go in the manual or something. But once you know how it works, generally it's decent. Maybe I would make the percentages a little bit different. Like I think it's like 1/3 or 1/4 sometimes, and maybe that's a little too much of punishment. Like I might, maybe for Hydra or maybe for something else, I might consider changing it up, maybe even for Todborne, so that concussive damage deals 33% damage to large units instead of 25%. I think it's 25% now. So something like that. But generally you want to stay with thirds, quarters, or halves if you're going to have percentages. And Warcraft 3 had some psychotic number of percentages that was basically turbotism, and good luck remembering it all. So I also think that Warcraft 3, in addition to having way too many different armor types and armor classes and way too arcane percentages, had an additional thing on top of it where armor gave you a percentage damage reduction instead of just giving you 1 damage reduction. So if you had 5 armor, that was like 15% armor damage reduction or something like that. Obviously the numbers are pulling out of my ass, but it was not linear. It was not like 5 armor nets you -5 damage on all incoming attacks. It was 5 armor nets you a percentage reduction of incoming damage, which is completely different and also very broken once you hit high armor values, like having 9 armor on your knights plus infernal or inner fire which was like 3 or 4 bonus. I don't remember exactly how high you could put it, but it was pretty psychotically when you stacked that with Devotion Aura level 3 and stuff. Late game human armies were psychotic because you could not do damage to them. So that it encouraged very toxic behaviors and is very toxic to the foundational experience of a RTS in the first place. All right. So I think we just fully implemented the cream, Boston cream. Where's my Tadu? Nice. So now we just need Sugar Rush, Kenyan Special, and Pepperoni Puncharoni. And I think you, Iquire, you already did the Hatchery Hardcode workaround, so I can delete that. And so yeah, your list is growing small. I wish mine was in the same state. Let's pop open the GPTP. It's in weapon damage. Again, I tab into it and it's not the fucking focus window. Why? So all I need to do now is make it launch more than one. It's supposed to launch 2 volleys or 4. I think Death by Dough is 2. Explosive Donuts is supposed to be 4 times 8 by plus 1 explosive damage. Death by Dough is 2 times 10 plus 2. Okay. So now I need to do a very exciting aspect of the game where I need to find. Well, I haven't seen it happen in game anymore, so we should probably remove. Here, I'll write them down so it's easier for you to reference. Well, it was because, like I was saying earlier, there's a percentage damage reduction you get from upgrading armor. Like the difference, it's not like in Starcraft where if you get an armor upgrade from 0 to 1, you reduce 1 incoming damage point every single hit. In Warcraft, it's like you reduce a percentage of all incoming damage every single hit based on your armor. And negative armor makes you take increased percentage damage instead of being more intuitive like in Starcraft where it's just one number. Generally, especially if you're straying from halves, quarters, and thirds, like I was saying earlier, players are not going to be able to remember what damage is, and they're not going to be able to calculate out what the damage they need to do to win. And then you're combining that with like inner or innate regeneration from literally every unit in the game. Obviously, Undead only on Blight, and Night Elves only during the night. But for the most part, it's like every unit, right? Heroes are exceptions to the rule, I think, or maybe only Night Elf heroes. I don't remember. But it's ridiculous that the way that the systems of that game are. They deliberately almost, it seems like they deliberately obfuscated the information that the player needs to make intelligent decisions in the middle of the game. And then they were like, well, since players need to make these intelligent decisions, let's also make battles take ages to go through so the players can actually respond, instead of like addressing the root cause. Oh yes, and random, by the way. I forgot about random, by the way. How could I forget? What do I have open that I don't need open? I guess not much. I should do Steve's unit responses soon. Yeah, and it should be... It should just be, in general, better than it is, like, in terms of communicating the ideas. But it's way better than Warcraft's 3's. Anytime you remove random damage, too, is a plus. Okay, so I need to... finish these unit responses. I can't wait till those are done, especially the height stuff. Love it. Yeah, there you go. iQuery's on a roll lately. Better watch out. Oh yeah, earlier you were asking why the ice cream truck was an air unit. This is a really old joke that it is a joke, but it's like a really old concept I had for a map where there would be flying ice cream trucks that were frosting the desert terrain, and you had to destroy them for some reason. I don't really remember the full context, but it was something to that effect. And so that's why ice cream trucks fly. It's just an old idea that I had. Yeah, I knew Veek would be into that. Yeah, I think that would be a worthwhile upgrade. You freeze terrain and it causes units to slip. They become frictionless. They just slip. They're unable to move. They play their idle frame and they just slide to like in the direction that they were heading into. If we can implement that, I will. If you can implement that, I will put that in the game. So. Or that too, yeah. Could you imagine AI using that to like build a fucking bridge across water with ice? It lasts for like frozen terrain lasts for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or something. But it can also be blown up. Dude, I actually, if you made it be permanent, but you can blow it up and it melts from fire, especially, that would be pretty good. I like that. Yeah, you're talking about the gliding, right? That would be fucking hilarious, especially if the AI had no threat recognition of it and they just sent an entire army sliding through their fucking ground. They would decollide too, so they wouldn't have any collision until they had exited, at which point they would spin and go back onto the ice probably. That would be what a fucking disaster. Yeah, Icor's been investigating updating Pathfinders for a while because he wants to have like constructible and destructible bridges and ramps and stuff. And we need that for the weapons platform as well, because that's going to be a moving piece of terrain. It's going to be even more psychotic. And then some other stuff. So there's going to be some good stuff eventually. You just fucking wait. Oh yeah. Inner responses. You punch him. You actually. Too much stuff to work on, yeah. I know what you mean. Dude, you haven't... My fucking February is insane. I've got the conversions and tiles that I'm doing for you. I've got some stuff I'm collaborating with DF on. I've got Stormborn, Todborne, Inconsummate 2.0, Map Crap, and Hydra. So that's 6 different fucking Brood War projects that I'm trying to tackle. So, get ready for a very psychotic February. What are you going to use the pathfinding rewrite for? Fix up pathfinding in general, or? Oh, by the way, Patrick, I forgot to extend this offer to you, but if you end up needing any unit responses or some such voice acting for the protectors, you can hit me up. I can. I'm sure I can come up with some reasonable fantasy voices. Be nice to get out of my comfort zone for that if you're interested. Well, our one big project is probably Hydra. Like, that's what DF is doing modeling for, and icons and some other 2D art. It's what Ichor is doing most of the programming for in some way. It's what I'm doing most of everything for in some way. But we all have our own projects that are independent of Hydra that we all want to work on. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, right, yeah. So that'll be really important for all sorts of things. For your mod and for Hydra, obviously, for the Jacobs installation, for example. Yeah. I don't mind doing that. Although I think I still have some outstanding voice acting for alternate. I thought I finished it all, but I'm pretty sure I still have some Duran lines I have to do. Maybe UED Commander can refresh my memory of what specifically is left. I think there's like maps 4 through 10 or something. So there's still some stuff to do there. I'll have to hit that up next month. Try to get that, at least some progress done on it, for sure, February, but I'll try to finish the whole thing by then. And I don't remember, I think I had to edit some lines from somebody else, but he hadn't sent them to me yet. I voice acted everything but... here, I'll take a look real quick. Yeah, it looks like Duran is still... Okay, it looks like I did 1 to 2 and 3 to 5. So I have to do 6 through 10 at some point. But yeah, I did Duran, Phoenix, Gatherus, Leader. The Leader was an edit, actually. I think the Mind Courier was an edit.
He's for you.
Yeah. I also, I'm pretty sure, replaced the Primeling, but I don't remember. Oh no, I think it was the Sakari that I replaced. Yeah. So, because that was psychotic. The Primeling's also psychotic, but it's okay. Yeah, I did a lot, though. Most of these are mine. Zervin and Mind Courier and Leader are UED Commander. I did Aldaris. I guess I did the Sifia at some point, or maybe that was somebody else. I did Dahaka. Jaliska was somebody else. I'm obviously doing Duran. I did Phoenix. I did the Gatherus. I did Rashagal, Sakari, Tassadar. Vorzun was an edit for something else. I don't know if it's for this project. Zerg Advisor, I've got to redo at some point. Zaz, which I think was a test. I don't think I actually have... Oh, maybe I didn't finish this, or maybe I did finish this. I don't remember. I guess I did all of Zaz at some point, too. So yeah, there you go. GTA 4. I did, or 5. I did a couple of, I think these are auditions. Or maybe these are actual stuff. Oh yeah, some of these were done. I don't know if they were machinima. That I did some voice acting for a while ago. What are some other famous Master Chief lines? I'm trying to use them as copyright infringement. All right, keep them coming. I don't remember most of them, so... He didn't really have that many lines. Yeah. He doesn't really have that many lines. He's got 3 lines in 3 games. There we go. I found some. All right, well, that's dumb enough. So I've written unit responses for everything. Time for some recording. Let's try to keep things relatively quiet here. So I'll only be recording some of them. I have no idea how to do his voice, so I'm going to have to do some fucking demo lines. Let's see. Finishing this fight. That's not going to happen. Punch it. Tell that to the Covenant. Halo will kill them all. My name is not John. I need a weapon. Light it. Wake me when you need me. Finishing this fight. That's not going to happen. Punch it. Tell that to the anime. Cortana, analysis. Yes, these really are ice cream blasters. Your Coffets are making a big mistake. I'll have you know that I doesn't afraid of anything. Was not exactly what I intended to do there, but glad I just randomly threw some music on at the end.
Halo.
Now, considering I haven't heard his voice in about 10 years, or at least 3, I feel like that's a fine approximation. People will get what I'm going for, even if it's not actually a good impersonation.
Halo will kill them all.
Oh yeah, I've got to figure out what the... Oh yeah, I voice acted Bear Blowers already. No, I already wrote them all, Connor. Filling the toilet. Yeah, we'll see what happens. At least once we're done with Todborne, we pretty much don't have anything else that's like time sensitive. Like Mapcraft sort of counts, but it's so laid back, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm not personally worried. So for this, I need to grab the units. Find... I think it was Ragnasaur is the unit ID, but I have to find a different sound set to replace. I guess we'll go with Protoss and... we'll replace the Dragoons sound set. Hopefully you guys enjoy that sound. Did I scroll past it? Where the fuck is it again? PDR. There it is. Well, it's eventually going to be part of a project, so yeah, I guess. Like that's that map is meant to be the third map in a campaign, so. Oh, there's eventually I'll have an actual, like something to actually show for that. All right, so we have that, and then we wanted to do, okay, so we know this is PDR ready. And then we have this.
My name is not John. I need a weapon.
Oops, that's supposed to be 1, that's okay.
Light it. Wake me when you need me. Finishing this fight.
So then after I process
That's
these...
not going to happen.
Independently of one another, what I do is I add the radio sound effects in the background.
Punch it. Tell that to the anime.
So...
Cortana, analysis. Yes, these really are ice cream blasters.
Your coffets are making a big mistake. I'll have you know that I doesn't afraid of anything.
Oops, this is supposed to be... Okay, so I'll grab these.
Punch it. Punch it. That's not going to happen. To happen. 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 To happen. To happen. Going to happen.
Well, I don't know what's going on there, but not going to retake for that.
Finishing this fight. Wake me when you need me. When you need me. Light it. Light it. I need a weapon. My name is not John. Halo will kill them all.
What a dumb unit.
I'll have you know that I doesn't afraid of anything. Your coffets are making a big mistake. Yes, these really are. These really are ice cream blasters.
Very functional software we have here that alt tabs me when I finish switching to a sound file.
Cortana analysis. Tell that to the anime.
Alright, so now what I can do is I can open my Medicafix.
May. There's yes, these really are ice cream blasters.
Yes, we do need a sound effects extender. And the Doesn't Afraid of Anything is an old meme when people were making fun of other people who called Master Chief Halo because they thought that that was his name. They said Halo is a pretty cool guy.
Your coffets are making a big mistake.
He shoots aliens and doesn't afraid of anything or whatever the meme is. The fuck?
Know that I doesn't
Oh, I see what happened here.
I'll have you know that Halo will kill them all. My name is not John. I need a weapon. Light it. Wake me when you need me. Finishing this fight. Finishing. Weapon. That's not going to happen. Not. Punch it.
All right, so those sound files are ready to be deployed. And we can do this. All right. All right, so we can check off the Halo. And I should do the same thing for Steve that I just did for the sound files for like the processing or whatever. Okay, so what should we be doing for this guy? I'm pretty sure I already used Zerg Duran, but I guess I can check. Oh, I guess I don't. Perfect. No, the AI isn't done yet. Alright, so ZDN, yes.
Hello?
Oh, this is actually...
Let's get a move on. This is Stevie. Anytime you're ready. Hell yeah. We're moving. Hut, 2, 3, 5. 1v9? Yeah, 1v9. Oh, hey, Cullen. Get anything good for your birthday? Donuts? I want donuts. Pizza? I want pizza.
Yeah, he's a really old character.
Chicken? You stole that from Ahmed, didn't you? I'll kill you. I'll wear your chicken feathers and spin in a T-pose. I'll activate my debug mode and spawn 1,000 ends. I want chicken. Have some birthday cake. Who's a dummy? You are. Yes, you are. Get pranked. I'm not supposed to die yet. Ah! I'm dead! Time traveler reporting. That last me was horrible. Good thing I'm better. Time traveler reporting. Time traveler reporting. One v 9? Yeah, 1v9. Hut, 2, 3, 5. We're moving. Hell yeah. Anytime you're ready. This is Stevie. Let's get a move on. Hello? Ah! I'm dead! I'm not supposed to die yet!
I hope I didn't accidentally add some distance to some of the other sound files that I wasn't supposed to.
Get pranked! Who's a dummy? You are. Yes, you are. Have some birthday cake. Chicken? Chicken? You stole that from Ahmed, didn't you? I'll kill you. I'll wear your chicken fe- Chicken?
Oh, I just realized this whole time I've been frauding the fucking audio.
Chicken? You stole that from Ahmed, didn't you? I'll kill you. I'll wear your chicken feathers and spin in a T-pose. I'll activate my debug.
I think it's supposed to be -1 or something.
Chicken?
Yeah, that sounds better.
You. I'll wear your chicken feathers and... Pizza?
And it doesn't sound too far from what the others were sounding like, so it's fine. That one's just a little bad because I was shouting, we'll say.
Donuts? I want donuts. Oh, hey, Cullen. Get anything good for your birthday? That last me was horrible. Good thing I'm better.
Alright, cool. But at least now we know if there's sound issues in terms of like what... Oh, I shouldn't delete those. In terms of... It's a good song. I like this one. But yeah, if there's like any issues with the audio balancing, I'll just have to redo the Halo or something. Oh, good shout. I'll fix that. I don't think the Deep Office probably doesn't have one either. Okay. Cool. Oh. Well, it had the Academy one anyway. Yeah, there's no requirement for those. The fuck? Okay. All right, cool. So that's fixed. And we have, responses implemented for Steve now.
My name is not John. Let's get a move on. This is Stevie. I need a weapon. This is Stevie. My name is not John.
Fred, goodness!
Hi, Dad. Smash.
Sir, let's see
I need a weapon. Tell that to the enemy.
Yeah, I would say he probably needs to be sound maxed. He will be sound maxed. It's okay, we just do this. I wanted to avoid
Tell that to the anime.
I wanted to avoid doing it when the radio effects are in the background, but maybe it'll be fine anyway. Oops. Otherwise, I'll just have to remake it later, but no point in doing that right now. It's just a fuck up that I had earlier. Sometimes hard limiting gets reset because, as you can see, your limit to max amplitude 2, which is what was fucked up, is the first thing that you select when you start this command up. And so if you accidentally hit like 0, which is what I did, or some other invalid character, I guess, what will happen more often than not is some shit like that will go down. And I guess I'll do another pass on Zerg Duran. And I'll just have to use my better judgment on what needs it.
1v9? Hut 2. Hut 2.
Yeah, I guess I won't do it for him because he seemed okay. So never mind. Alright, so we'll grab this. BQ. Close that. Sound Protoss, Dragoon. And then compile. Or compact. We'll just do some comparisons.
Light it. Punch it. That's not going to happen. Wake me when you need me.
It's a little bit better.
Wake me when you need me. Light it. Finishing this fight.
Okay, Smash Burgers have that button. It's easy to fix. Okay.
Hey, okay,
That's good. All right, so since we have scripted the responses for the Smashburger, the author, and the fan club owner, at some point later on today when I have some more time, I will do some voice acting for those. I'm going to take another BRB real quick to use the bathroom because I drink a lot of fucking water, and then we're going to break out another G Fuel, and we're going to try to get some more work done on the reads. So we'll definitely get this stuff. These two first steps done will be done by the end of today because I've already scripted out the voice acting, so it's not that difficult to implement it. So I can either do transmission triggers for map 2, audio visuals for the author, Cullen Equipment, Void Warpins. The other thing is like fan club owner attack. This is like author death attack, fan club owner death attack. Obviously, Cullen Equipment is first priority, then author death attack, fan club owner attack, death attack, void warpins, void power death attack. Oh, the cost for them is fucked up? Is that what you're saying? Looks like we have that crash again from structures blowing up. Yeah. Make sure it's actually what that looks like. Yeah, looks like it. Alright. Oh. I see what happened there. Yeah, just a unit stat thing. I can fix that now. I'm glad I was in all caps. Here, I'll minimize this for a sec. Void Warping is the stuff from whatever it's called with the click every single fucking thing that I can find looking for Brood War. I should probably just move that to the top of my list. Void Warping is the updated sounds and maybe the updated visuals, but all right, so this is a bit more reasonable. Okay, so that's check marked. And now I will BRB again, BRB. So I remembered after going to the BRB screen, I remembered I had to fix some stuff related to stats. So I did that. And then I went to the bathroom. And then I got a banana. So Iquare says that the range is target range con jump. Well, that's not in the iScript of any of these things, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, G Fuel time, baby. We got to get some work on. Done. Work on, work done, whatever. Sometimes the English language is your master, and other times you are its master, and you tell it what to do, and you tell it what words make sense. And that's what I just did. So alpha, I outmanned an entire language. All right. Anyway. Okay, so one of the tasks that I definitely need to do going forward is I have to set up audio visuals, not just for these units, and not just for Cullen's equipment in terms of his projectiles and sound effects and all that other stuff. Hold on, before that, I'm gonna do some testing of something. I'll take this. Assuming we don't just immediately crash. That's loud as fuck. Okay, it still crashes. I wasn't looking at it, so I don't know if it actually crashes. Yeah. All right, cool. So we've investigated that anyway. Minimize. So yeah, one of the things that I have to do basically is I have to find some. I think I need Sprite or Flingy IDs or something. Maybe this can be circumvented with a plugin that, depending on the unit ID, loads a different iScript entry. And we just hard code it in this case, because that would be simpler than what I'm going to do. See if iCourse changes gave us any more leeway. Yeah, doesn't seem to. Turns out it was debug messages or something. Pretty surprising, but it's okay. We ended up fixing it. We debugged the debug messages. Close these maps real quick. I have to add some stats. Oh yeah, and I have to make some changes to this. So this is now 2 supply. Deals 20 plus 12, 2 explosive damage at 5 range instead of 6. Done. Okay. Now we have to go into that development. Let me pick out some iScript entries. Perfect. I found some doodads. Well, you would have to use a plugin to do that for sure. Four and 5 and 6. So 11 16 through 11 18. I don't actually know. I should compare the, It's 35 instead of 41. That's probably better than what I picked. We'll see. Even that sometimes is too often, but it's a temporary thing anyway.
Hut, 2, 3, 5. Who's a dummy? You are. Yes, you are. Who's a dummy? You are. Yes, you are. Birthday cake. Who's a dummy? You are. Yes, you are. Hell,
I would say it's working. Alright, so that's good. That's a system I developed all the way a long time ago for Church's birthday back in 2016, I think. Might have been 2015. I don't remember. There's a Saga of the Zitzen map. Every unit had that. It was it was insane. So every single unit had the random chance to say like an attack line. And I soon realized it's probably best left to just heroes, you know? So that's what I decided to stick with. But was pretty entertaining while it lasted. Alright, so we've implemented that for Steve, and we started to document the implementation of... That's a walking line, so it's not like it's going to be played on top of other things. It's not an attack line. So it can't stack. Eventually what we'll do is we're going to come up with some sort of solution to this sort of thing where an attack line is actually played you know, it's already played attached to the unit that says it, but it'll also stop. It'll stop other attack lines from being played while that attack line is playing, and it will stop unit responses, acknowledgements from playing until that unit response is over. So I don't know how we'll hook it up. It'll probably be a system completely outside iScript, which is the animation code. But until we get that system implemented, we can't actually get that done. And since we wanted to play it globally, and not just for the owner of the unit, like, it's a lot more reasonable when it's another enemy unit doing that, you know what I mean? Because then you only hear the attack lines. So... Just going back and forth with Icor about stuff. Now there was something to like... Oh, here we go. Give Notepad++ some time to process this 17 megabyte text file. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Although I wish it would give me like a progress bar or something and not just fucking break. Alright, so what we have here... Oh, there we go, it's done. So far, it looks pretty good for that, yeah. The only stuff that's left is Sugar Rush and Kenyan Special and Pepperoni Puncharoni. As far as technical implementation goes, I've got to find placeholder assets for that at some point. Hey, what's up, Models TV? Yes, indeed, welcome. I am working on a birthday present for my brother. I suppose I have to test some changes to the game anyway, so we can hop into that. And then I just have to fix the sound being really loud for no reason. We'll turn on the custom music made by a good buddy of mine. Turn off the electronic music we've been listening to. And here we go.
I'm all set up over here. Hell yeah. Last time you had a base, you ran around the entire map dogging your enemies, and your base died in 20 minutes. You have lost your base privileges, mister. Yeah. Let's smash some enemies.
We're still waiting on some time to get his voice acting in. That'll be recorded later on today, but till then it's kind of incomplete. So we got it's kind of like a partial conversion or a significant conversion. As you can see, our cop allies are mining donuts. And later on they'll build some stuff on here to mine coffee. So they're opening up some donut shops. This is my self-insert of me. And then this is Steve, a character that sounds very much like me. Don't mind the wireframe, I'll fix that later. And this is Cullen, my younger brother. He doesn't really play Brood War that much. He prefers to play MOBAs and stuff like that. You know, younger generation. Don't have an appreciation for the great games that we do. But he still finds it enjoyable that I'm able to make stuff. And so I decided to make a MOBA-type environment. You're still fighting alongside AI allies and against AI enemies. These are the anime, by the way. Cops versus anime. That's police versus anime. And then when there is a micro player present playing as the MOBA character, in this case me, right? When you're playing as him, you have the Void show up, and these units warp in anime structures, and eventually there's going to be a third race called Void in all capital letters, as you can see. But until then, I've decided to have them use anime units, and maybe I'll have them use police units later on in the second mission. But right now there's one mission in some state of completion, which is the one we're playing, and we'll see what happens from there. So these are some anime units. So there you go.
Hey, what are these Void doing here? I'm not even done working on that race. Oh no, they've retconned themselves into the map. That's just wrong, man.
Oh, here's a crow. Just has sounds of me making crow noises. Goodbye.
Remember me? It's Mango. You actually.
Hey, I'm trying to blow my crow up. Can you stop talking? Thanks. There we go. Anyway, yeah, that was Mongo. He leads these guys. There's another crow over here. And then there's Crack. He's the leader of the fanfiction anime. We're still working out the kinks. Some stuff is a little bugged, but we do have some attacks coming in. As you can see, it appears the Void attacked Steve. But Steve is a family man, a future man. He's able to hold off the anime. We got some donuts.
I wonder what Ahmed would.
No, yeah, those are my crow sounds. I know you don't believe me, but as you can see, we're earning passive income. It's based on a percentage of what our allies mine. So we have a vested interest in helping them expand.
Maybe?
That unit is from Starcraft 2, so I made sure it was retarded. And then we can recall instantly to get back here. Eventually, we're going to have like a healing aura, regeneration aura around this structure. But until then. And we can upgrade to change our class as well. So right now we're just going to grab some basic upgrades. If you ever played a UMS map, it's pretty much the same kind of thing. I'll grab some more attack upgrades in a second. And I think there's a bug with the... Oh. Oh shit, I better get over here. Steve's probably dead. See you later, dude. Yeah, there's 3 crows. That is psychosis, is what that is. Here, let me... It's not looking good here, boys. Oh, and we got a crash. Well, like I said, it's still in beta. I don't know what's going on with the crash, but... well, 3 a.m. What are you still doing up, dude? Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, that's that. So there's your crash course there. Literally crash. But there's your crash course. Alright, iQuare, I gotta send you this crash so you can fix it. iQuare is responsible for most of the programming that went into this. I would say pretty much all of the programming that went into this. So, there you go. Gotta bookmark some tabs, boys. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I do this every day. Every day is a stream in the morning of working on something. I have some more serious projects as well. But this is more like a zany fucking haha project. So it'll be pretty good when it's done. And it's actually coming out tomorrow. The first map is supposed to be released sometime tomorrow. So I'm in the Eastern time zone. It'll probably be released at some point over there. Alright, so I added those to my bookmarks. Close this, close that. Oh, I guess we can keep this. Alright, well, apparently that's a plugin crash, so it was not very helpful to send him that. Of course, it's loud as fuck again. Anytime this game crashes, it resets your sound. Alright, let's just fast forward here until we hit a crash. Hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. We'll just... There you go. There we go, we got it. I think. Might be a different crash, you never know. Thank you. No, void units and I can't realistically... Corrupted breakpoints, by the way. Okay, thanks. I don't know what that means. But you do you, man. It's a crash. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing the StarCraft 2 thing. I can't believe... I just can't, honestly, subject people to looking at StarCraft 2 assets. I'm sorry. It's just not possible for me. Like, they're so poorly ripped anyway. Well, this is in the middle of fucking no man's land. I don't see any function that this is hooked up to. Maybe I have the wrong thing. 2-6, D4, F9C. No, that is correct. Well, outside of doing some more testing to get these crashes taken care of, I don't know what to do about these. But, let's see. Oh, right, yeah, I should grab the unit responses for Cullen. I don't remember if I already did this. Hello, Tupacalypse7. What's going on, dude? Yes, if you type !Todborne, Todborne, it should be in the title, but sometimes I forget to put it there. You can get directed to a text write-up of everything that's going on here. But crash course, birthday present for my younger brother. He likes to play MOBAs, so I injected a MOBA into an RTS. You've got AI allies fighting AI enemies, fighting Void, and you play as a MOBA character. You can also play as the macro if you want to. It's not really a total conversion because it doesn't convert everything yet, but it aims to become a total conversion in the future. It replaces Terran with Police and Zerg with Anime and Protoss with Void, although the Void are not finished. So that's my crash course, but there you go. And if you're interested in a more serious project, you can type !Hydra, which is like Hydralisk, Hydra. That will take you to my other large project that I'm working on. But I'm not working on that right now, so that's more just advertisement. Shameless plugging. Try to find if there's a call. Yeah. A call. Well, it jumps right there's like a jump above it and a jump below it, and it crashed in between. It crashed in between this jump here and this one. So I don't know what's going on there. And I also don't know how much you can see of that on YouTube. So, good luck. But it's the one instruction between two jumps that's crashing out. So, it's all fucking Greek to me, but let's see if we can find any other point. Oh, this might be the whole thing. It looks like this wraps around... Yeah. So that wraps around it. So I guess this would be the jump? The functions start. Well, I don't know if this is it or if it's something else. I gave you the description. It looks like this is in between two... I don't even know if these are functions or not. Harsh words are not warranted. Alright, so this is it. This is a safe space. Dude, I like this guy. This guy knows what's up. Well, see, the problem here is I don't actually know what the address is, so you're going to have to give me a second with that one. Okay. What? Go back, go up. I don't even know when you're... Where are you looking at, Iquare? You're far in the future, dude. Or in the past. One or the other. I'm at the function start. Right here. I think this is the function start. But you said go up, so... Oh, wait, is this it? Yeah, this might be it. Iquare's tearing his hair out right now. After gray space function starts. Okay. So over here then? Yeah, I know. I know there's a delay. There's a delay in my brain too. Ukrainian programmer tries to teach American idiot how to program. How to read code. The first one. I'm going way too up. Well, I went back down now. Fast forward your VOD, dude. Actually, if you tell DF what I should look for, DF can relay your commands to me because he's in Mixer. And so he has a 1 second delay. So do that. Dude, this is 6 fucking degrees of iQuare. I went back down, don't worry. I'm back down to earth. This is psychotic. Especially for you new viewers. You're just coming in and you're like, oh, there's some cool gameplay coming? Yeah, as soon as I finish this. Don't worry, guys. We'll get back to the gameplay. What? You just said I went 2 up. You talking about this? There's this, which encompasses the crash address, and there's this that does not do that. Gray space. The gray space is what is my highlighted line? You're talking about that? Or are you talking about something else? Because that's the only gray here. Unless I'm colorblind. I'm gray blind. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Instruction number. So I should do like... You said go up 1, so I assume it's this one? But that's the end of a function, so I don't know how that would work out. Oh, that didn't work. Try this one. That didn't work either. Oh, find gray text and go up until I see it. It will be... It's gonna be gray anywhere? Or what? Is it gonna be... Oh, I see some gray text up here. This is all gray over here. But it's only in one section. Oh, this is gray. This is gray. Oh, so this right here then. First instruction is push EDI. Let's try this. That didn't work either. I almost understood it. I don't see any other gray text leading up until that point, so... This is a prank. He's very happy. Alright, well, I did call, and there's nothing. Oh, I have to go back. Entire block. Backward? Fuck. That didn't work either. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing calls this. Apparently. I did. Thank you. I feel very empowered. Yeah, alright, so... Right, yeah. This is good knowledge. I had no idea that this is what you were telling me to do. Oh, to go to... The crash address or all the way back up? Hold on. I lost my place. right here. I forget what the thing was for source. I think it's in a different... Oh, show source. Oh. I had that on. Yeah, there's nothing. There's not a single thing. Nothing in source. All right. Well, we have no idea what caused it, but go ahead and detach. See if we can have the same thing happen later. Alright, first of all, I'm turning this fucking down. And then I'm closing the game and restarting it so that it saves that change. That is fucking asinine.
Are you my dog?
Hell yeah, I am. Alright. Let's see if we can find some rhyme or reason as to what crashes. Here we go.
I wonder what Ahmed. Yeah, no, like yeah. Are you just barking at me?
By the way, I tried recently to just charge straight forward and kill them. And it does not work. Which is good. I mean, it's good that you can't just grief them at the beginning.
Maybe?
But I have a feeling maybe you should have more power.
Yeah, no.
Should be able to do something in the early game. I also have to... Oh, I can use my Africanized Phoenix portrait for the Voidwalkers.
Oh no! They've retconned themselves into the map. That's just wrong, man.
Ugh.
Hey, hold this bullet for
He voided the unit that was coming out there. Hold on, wait for it.
What is that?
Aw, man. Oh, he's spinning. Hold on, I'm trying to void myself.
Hey, what is that?
Annihilated. Oh, and it crashed again. Perfect. This looks like a different crash anyway, so. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. The fuck? Oh, it is? I guess it only has... Yeah, and it's less than 5,500 or 55,000 or whatever you said it was. Undocumented instruction or encoding. Oh, okay. So it crashed on this exact address. Let's see what we can find here. It's not in Knave's list. And it's not in Heinerman's list. What the fuck? It crashed at the very beginning of a function. So it seems. Unless it's really this one. What the fuck it is? I was just there. Oh, there's no 0, 0, right? Oh no, it's still not showing up. Yeah, I'm being pranked. Oh, it's not A7, it's A0. So I guess I could have found that by doing this. Aha. So if I don't find it initially, I should check out without the last digit there. Why did it tell me? Why did Ollie debug tell me it was that though at the beginning of the function instead of A0? It seems odd. But yeah, it is Q still. ESI value is 060306 AC. So it looks like we just need to patch the up plugin with a fix that was actually in there in an older version of the plugin, but we didn't. There was some fuckery that happened at the beginning of today, I guess, or early, my beginning of the day. Iquare is like noon or something probably, and he had to deal with some stupid ass shit. So get ready to compile that change. Oh, did I just close Firecraft like an idiot by accident? I was trying to change my focus. Pretty good. All right, let's see. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
I'm all set up over here.
All right, let's see if we get any more crashes. Alright, so we still are getting the same crash. That was a plugin crash. We'll try and debug it again. This time without giving Iquare an aneurysm. What's up, Baletal? But we no longer have the previous crash anyway. It's 2A64 F9C. That seems like it's different, but I'm not sure. 2A64 F9C. Yeah, it's the same thing, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's the same shit, so I don't know what's happening there. What do I do now if this doesn't give me any results? View source files. Well, I went back far enough and I found weapon damage hook. But I don't know if it's actually related. Am I looking for anything in particular? Oops. I can't get these out of this window. Is there anything you implemented that wasn't for Cullen? Because... yeah, I have it open. I just don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for here. I assume if there's no source available, it's probably a GPTP crash, though, because we have source on all of the A's stuff. And we don't have a source on much, if any, of the GPTP stuff, right? Check out call stack. Is that, I don't remember where that is, so. View. Oh, it's right here. Do I need to check that out on weapon damage hook itself, or should I go back to the crash? Okay, I won't. Dude, we're learning. Procedures in call stack. I don't know what that means. Oh, procedure. D-sound. Yeah, I sent you a screenshot of all of this. I can send you just the screenshot of this if you want. Yeah. Oh, go to addresses. Go to the addresses in procedure? Hold on. Let me take a screenshot of these so I can go to all of them. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh. Okay. So I'm going down a rabbit hole now. I don't remember if did we actually have crashes in the last day? Probably related to AI. At least we have more of a lead than before. We know it's related to weapon damage, probably. Let's minimize that. Close that. All right. Okay, going back to our to-do list here. It is a Cullen-related crash, even though he's not doing anything. Would it be if he dies or something? I don't know.
What is it now?
No. I don't know. All right, let's see what happens. Bye. Unreasonable behavior. Oh yeah. I wonder if this ever gets resolved. Doesn't seem like it. Also doesn't seem like the void can expand, which is odd. Yeah, so it's not crashing anymore. Yep, it seems like there's no crash without it. I can do a couple more tests to be sure while you work on your supposed fix. But the void kill everybody pretty quick, so... Oh, you already did it. Cool. Ah! Ah! They're in my temple! That's scary, dude. When I tab back in and I see voids swarming around my temple, I never want to see that again. Epic. Alright, seems like it's not crashing anymore. Let's see if we can get into... see if we can still use it.
Upgrades complete. Are you my dog? Happy birthday, Necron! Goodness. Yeah, no, like yeah. Huh? I wonder what Ahmed would do. Engineer here. Structure all set. What's next? Do I know you? Can't they come to me? I'll get there. Eventually.
Why does he deal factor of 2 damage? Well, now look at you. You can just rewrite the whole fucking thing. It'll be nice when we can leave that behind, though, and work entirely in A's or NGS, whatever we end up calling it. So yeah, that change seems to have fixed it without breaking the functionality of the equipment. So that's good. And that leaves us back at where we were before when we were trying to fuck around with all this stuff. So we definitely need to... I think I already did the Voidcar Death Sounds, but it would be nice to change up their attack. Bye. Dude, that looks really good, honestly. I am always impressed with how good that looks. Let's do that some more. Oh. I forgot to fix that. I thought I made a retcon orifice thing at some point, but I guess not. Let's fix it like that then.
I wonder what Ahmed. Happy birthday, Necron!
Pretty epic. The voiding of men.
Need some feedback.
My name is not John. Say the word. I think my zipper's stuck. I'm lit, LOL. Safety's off, sir. Freeze! Got any donuts? This is Stevie. Have some birthday cake. It's hot in here. Have some birthday
What
cake.
should I watch now?
See him, cuties. Get pranked. Who's a dummy? Have some birthday cake. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Reasonable.
Do you want? Lifespan next time, moron. Maybe. Hold this bullet. Were you just barking? barking at me?
What is that?
Lifespan next time, moron! Are you my dog? What do you want?
The void units on Death Thing is pretty good, man. I must admit.
No. What is that?
Right.
Hey. What is that? Lifespan next time, moron!
I'm on it. I'll do it now.
Huh? Lifespan next time, moron!
It's too good. You can't void heroes, I'm pretty sure.
Were you just barking at me? Happy birthday, Necron! Happy birthday, Necron!
Peanut butter?
I need a weapon.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Halo portrait is the Ragnasaur still. Should probably pick out a portrait for him. Alright. Epic. Yeah, I agree. Well, anyway, what are we doing? We have all this stuff to do, but I don't feel like doing any of it. You feel me? I guess I'll look for a portrait for the Halo since I just said that. Just added that to the list. I think I can probably use the Railgunner, but... Oh yeah, I've got to grab Africanized Phoenix and use it for not the activist, the Voidwalker. P. Templar. And then I guess I need an Africanized scout at some point, so I'll have to do that. Good job, Alexander. Yeah, it seems to be the case, yeah. Oh, I also don't know if you saw it earlier, but I guess UED Commander got is continuing to be annihilated by Jay Barino post-mortem or something. That's what somebody was saying. I don't know how the fuck this works at all. Why? How? Alright, hold on. Do a new one. I don't know if I can record this exactly, but we'll see what happens. Seems to have worked. All right, let's see how we do. What am I doing to DK? DK's about to get... let's just say he's going to get acquainted with his ancient heritage. Yeah. Reverse Michael Jackson, of course. Thankfully, this guy stays mostly still in his animations. I looked away in the middle of his fiddle on. There's probably one where he like moves his head around that I'm gonna have to fix. But let's see how that came out. Not psychotic at all. Oh, wow, look at that. Did I even do this one properly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are fucked. The fuck? Goodbye. 4, 5, and 6. It's just a little bit of changes we gotta make here and there. Colors that escaped. Alright. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. So hold on. We have... Alright, I have to open up all of these, basically. Hello, 1PQ. I am working on a custom portrait right now. But otherwise, more broadly speaking, I'm working on a project that is the birthday present for my younger brother. First map will be coming out sometime tomorrow. It will be public, so everybody can play it. And it should be pretty fun. So I hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, now we have to do this. These kinds of small corrections that you have to do from time to time are actually, like, compared to having to do this manually for every frame, it's obviously way better. So I'll take it. I never noticed that the inside of the scout portrait was red until now, though. It's pretty funny. Well, you have all of tomorrow before, like, it's going to release in the evening, Eastern time. So. And that's if I release it publicly then or if I release it on the 31st. That still remains to be seen. Can't be too many more of these that I've got to worry about. And thankfully, this is the only animation where this happened. Pretty fucking lucky. And then we'll give it another once over after this to make sure that we're good. Another little look-see. I don't want to get it too black here. Let's be some discoloration. Thankfully, in motion, it's very hard to see something like this unless it really stands out. So that's why pretty trivial to pop in here and fix. And we get to be a little sloppy. People aren't going to notice. Should we be sloppy? Probably not, but I don't think I'll use this portrait outside of jokes. So. Hey. Trying to cheat on us over here. There we go. I do use Hotmail, but I don't use the Outlook app. I just check it out on my phone most of the time. Like the web browser or whatever, if I'm using it on my phone, is basically what I'm talking about. Yeah, 2 more to go. Almost done. Or no, I think I use just the generic Samsung email app. Or maybe it's not Samsung, it might just be I think it's a generic thing for Gmail. I mean, Android. Something like that. Alright, this is the final frontier here, boys. Can't be that sloppy, SMH. Epic. Stuff out. I like the fucking white. Oh. Ran him 2 pixels on his nose. He's trying to be a fucking reindeer over here. Look at this guy. Get a load of this. Fix that right up. And I think we are done. Just pack this bad boy away and we'll be good to go. Thankfully, I was able to get this working in Windows 10. So it would be a real pain in the ass otherwise. I would just delete these lists after. Maybe there's like an option or something that I can use to do that, because I really don't need the lists to be kept, you know? Doing extra work when I really ought not to have to. Okay, thanks. How about you open it up there, pranker? Alright. So I think the only thing I have to do left to enable this is I have to go into the Halo, right? So this Ragnasaur unit ID, I have to find its portrait and I have to set it to shuttle. And then I think we'll be good. Test these out. Do. I don't get notifications in the browser. Oh, yeah, I get notifications with the other one, though. The app. I look forward to seeing them myself there. Check him out, dude. There's still a couple of pixels here and there that I can fix over time if I ever need to revisit this portrait.
I'm ready for combat when you need me. Finishing this fight. Punch it.
Yeah, Africanized Phoenix also has the similar problem with the eyes, where he's got some fuckery going on there. But at least it's more fitting of a Void Zealot. And then I guess I should do a Void Probe at some point. But I think what I'll do instead for that one, we'll just set the... Oh. We'll just set the portrait to Kakaru. And then it'll be the crow. Perfect. All right, so I guess I'll be showcasing DF's icons tomorrow, because that's when he'll be done with them. But looking forward to seeing them all. It's going to be pretty epic. Aside from that, I will be still working on this as time goes on, but it's going to be off stream. I'm going to take a break. And later on today, I may be back for a second mod stream, but that's contingent on a couple of things. Probably not, don't expect that. And, oh, apparently we're going to get those icons within 2 hours. Epic. So, yeah. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be doing more gameplay testing, showing off the new icons, finishing up some of the other stuff that was on this list. I still have to pick out a Smashburger portrait. But I did the Voidwalker, I did the Void Seeker, I did the Halo portrait, so that's good. And, oh yeah, Void Car as well. So now all that's left is to, you know, finish up all the audio visuals and obviously do... Like, there's still a lot of stuff for me to do. But the AI shouldn't take too long for map 2. Again, we'll probably ship with just map 1, so I'm focusing mostly on the mod stuff. And yeah, I will be doing some testing and other such stuff for the first map as time continues. And so, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for everybody for contributing to today's stream. And I will be catching you guys tomorrow. Bye.